There are so many types of diets that are going around, you can't help but wonder which are good ideas and which ones should be left alone. Which are healthy options and which do your body no good. You read about Paleo, Keto, Atkins, vegan, all protein. Is there any way to determine what is best for you and your lifestyle? Technically, yes there is. You need to speak with your primary physician and discuss the entirety with him or her. This may mean that you are also directed to talk to a registered dietitian also. This will allow you to get a full and complete understanding of all your options. Fasting has been practiced for centuries. Fasting is not a new fad, although it may seem like it is. Fasting has gone on for centuries. Fasting happens in many cultures and many religions. It is gaining attention for faster weight loss and brain function. However, fasting must be done in proper manners. You cannot just stop and have no liquid or food without considering the options, without considering the reasons you are doing this. Most fasting is done for a period of 24 to 72 hours. It is defined as the abstinence of some or all food for a period of time. There are many ways of fasting. There is a science that backs up fasting. Although there are times that fasting is seen as an unhealthy option, most often, when done with medical approval, it can be helpful and healthy for the person going through a fasting period. All studies done on animals do look promising for humans also. When a person is fasting, it is ridding your body of toxins and forces your cells to go into processes they are not normally performing when there is a steady supply of food. When you fast, your body does not have the access to glucose, it needs to find other ways in which to obtain the energy that is necessary to function. When the body has no glucose, it will begin gluconeogenesis. This is actually a natural process of the body producing its own sugar. Your liver helps by turning non-carbohydrate materials such as amino acids, lactate, and fats into glucose energy. Ketosis is another process that begins to happen. This will usually happen in the later stages of the fasting cycle. This is when the body begins to use stored fat as means of energy. There are 3 different types of fasting. This caloric restriction time has been shown to have some positive effects on longevity. Time-restricted fasting. This type of fasting is when you align the intake of food with your circadian clock. This would be eating only during an 8 to 12 hour period of time during the day, while fasting between the hours of 10 to 6, as an example. In other words, setting the fasting hours for a time period when you are normally asleep would be pointless. The circadian rhythm adjusts your body on its own. Also, this will allow your body more time in the natural repairing our body does. Intermittent calorie restriction. In general, this is the restriction of how many calories are actually consumed during the day. When you reach the number of calories set, you would not be allowed to consume any more for the remainder of the day. It is common and accepted practice for intermittent fasting to take place 2 consecutive days a week. This approach will teach us 2 different things. For one, we do not need to eat constantly, and that when you choose what you consume should be done wisely. This way of fasting also puts your body through a short and intense form of therapy. This can teach us that when we choose smart foods, our body is able to still function and operate normally on fewer calories. Periodic fasting. This type of fasting mimics dieting. During a period of 3 to 5 days, you would limit the number of calories that you consume. This is not considered the safest option to lose weight if done for that amount of time with no food. It is a healthier option to limit the calories to even 1,000 for those days, instead of depriving your body for that long of a time. What you are doing is convincing your cells to use up the glycogen stores and begin ketosis. 8 mental and physical benefits of fasting. As mentioned, there are benefits, both mental and physical, when it comes to fasting. It is wise to also remember that there will be times when you will be uncomfortable and feel that the challenge is not worth the trouble. Some of these benefits will include the following. There could be more or less depending on the person fasting. There may be a boost to your cognitive performance. When fasting, there is a stimulation to the production of nerve cells, called a brain-derived neurotrophic factor. The protein helps to generate new cells. Helps protect the body from obesity and other chronic diseases or illnesses. Limiting the number of calories will stave off becoming overweight. When the body is at a healthy weight, chronic illnesses and diseases have less of a chance to attack. Reducing inflammation is another benefit. Your body will have a better chance to fight off inflammation when you are eating the right foods and not putting so much strain on your immune system. Support weight loss by sticking to normal routines of caloric intake. For those people who are serious about weight loss and maintaining a healthy lifestyle, fasting is a benefit that they could benefit from. Fasting during chemotherapy and cancer treatments is thought to be very beneficial as your body does remove toxins and the bad from your body when you fast. Ridding the body of the old and toxic cells and replacing them with new and healthy cells is the answer the body needs at this time. There will be better blood sugar control when fasting. Studies have shown that intermittent fasting can decrease blood sugar levels. These studies also show that alternate day fasting can help in decreasing insulin resistance. Your heart health may be improved by lowering cholesterol and blood pressure. When you switch to a healthier diet and way of life, you are lowering your cholesterol, which improves your heart health. Together, this means a lower risk of heart disease. Fasting helps to induce cellular waste removal processes in your body. This means that some cells are breaking down and metabolizing the dysfunctional proteins that build up over time. This process can also help to prevent Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases. Side effects: why it's not for everyone. As with all things, there are always some issues to be on the watch for. Some side effects can affect some people and not others. Some of these side effects and risks can be dangerous for some people. In other words, fasting is not recommended for all people. Again, the stress is made to speak with your primary care physician and a registered dietitian to be sure that the choice is the right one for you without risking your health. One of the possibilities that could affect those with diabetes is that they may experience blood sugar spikes or drops, possibly in uncontrolled manners. Teenagers and older citizens are warned to not begin fasting until they have spoken with their medical staff. In adolescence, their bodies may not be capable of handling fasting yet. For those with underlying medical conditions, it is also highly recommended to speak with medical personnel before beginning a fasting routine. Underlying conditions could flare up and become worse with changes such as this to the system. For those people who are at an ideal weight or underweight, it is not recommended to fast at all. It is highly important to speak with your physician before starting. Final thought about fasting. Fasting, when done correctly, can have a wide variety of health benefits for most people. There are good and bad points to each type of fasting, and it is advised to speak with professionals to determine what path is the right path for you to take to begin a fasting routine. You will need to stick with a nutritious diet plan, great exercise routines, and a healthy lifestyle, and then incorporate fasting into the equation to gain the benefits that you are seeking. This can be extremely dangerous to anyone who does try to give up everything. You must stay hydrated. Fasting should not last more than 2 consecutive days in a row. To be fully beneficial, follow the recommended suggestions by medical professionals. If you enjoyed this video, kindly press the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, so that you don't miss out on videos like this. Thank you for watching.